Lesson 2.7, percent of change. In this lesson, you will learn to find the percent of change and solve problems involving percent of change. So vocabulary is percent of change, percent of increase, and percent of decrease. Okay, so percent of change can be defined by this formula here. So percent of change equals the amount of change over the original amount times 100. So let's do an example so you can see what I'm talking about with this. Okay, so they say determine whether the percent of change is a percent increase or percent decrease, and then find the percent of change. So if we originally had 32 and went up to 40, that would be an increase. So that means it's going to be a percent increase. Okay, so to find our percent of change, or in this case, a percent increase, so the percent of change is equal to the amount of change over the original times 100. So if it went from 32 to 40, that went up 8. It changed by 8, so that is our amount of change. And then our original amount, they say right here, is 32. So my percent of change is going to be equal to 8 divided by 32, which is 0.25 times 100. So it's going to get me 25. So my percent of change, it was a 25% increase. Okay. For B, it says determine whether the percent of change is a percent increase or a percent decrease, and then find the percent of change. So if our original is 20 and our new is 4, that decreased. So this is a percent decrease. So again, we're using our formula, percent of change equals the amount of change over the original times 100. So from 20 to 4 or 4 to 20, that's a difference of 16. So it changed in all by an amount of 16. My original amount was 20, and I'm multiplying by 100. So 16 divided by 20 is 0.8 times 100 is going to give me 80, and that's 80%. So there was an 80% decrease. We can use this in word problems as well. So this time we just have to pick out the information and see what it's really asking us. So the price a used bookstore pays to buy a book is 5. The store sells the book for 28% above the price that it pays for the book. So that's going to be a 28%. Since it's going up, that's a percent increase. Okay. And what is the selling price of the book? So if the original price, we're going to call the original price 5, right? That's how much it was. So using our formula, percent change is going to be the amount increased over the original. Okay, so I know that this here is 28 times 100. And I know the amount that it increased, I don't know that, but I know that it was originally 5. So since it increased, the amount that it changed is going to be x minus 5, right? It's going to be the difference of the old price and the new price, the old price and new price, right? So I can use this to figure out what it is. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by that 100 and make this 0.28 equals x minus 5 over 5. And then I can multiply by 5. So 0.28 times 5 is equal to 1.4. So I'm going to get 1.4 equals x minus 5. So if I add 5 to both sides, I get 6.4 equals x. So we can say that the book costs $6.40 is the selling price. So the bookstore is going to sell it for slightly more than they bought it for, so they can make a profit. So this answer makes sense. Okay, and we can also use this method for sales tax. So a meal for 2 at a restaurant costs $32.75. If the sales tax is 5%, what is the total price of the meal? So a meal for 2 at a restaurant is $32.75. And the sales tax is 5%. So sales tax, that is a 5% increase, right? They bumped up the price. So they're saying this is the original amount, and that is our percent increase. So we're going to put all of this into our formula. So our percent increase is equal to, we can think of it as the new price minus the original over the original times 100. Okay, so we can say that this is going to be 5 equals the new price. I don't know what it is. That's what we're trying to find. And our original is $32.75, and our original 32.75 times 100. Okay, so first dividing by 100, I get 0.05 equals, we'll call our new x, minus 32.75 over 32.75. So in order to do this, I'm going to solve for x by first multiplying by both sides by 32.75. So times 32.75. So 32.75 times 0.05 is 1.6375, and that's equal to x minus 32.75. So to solve this for x, I'm going to add 32.75 to both sides. And when I do that, I get x equals 34.3875. But since we're talking about US money, it only goes to 2 decimal places. So we're going to call this 34.39. And that's going to be the price that they're going to pay with the tax. And discounts. We can also use this for discounts. So it says a dog toy is on sale for 20% off the original price. If the original price of the toy is $3.80, what is the discounted price? So now we're talking about a discount, so that's percent decrease. And that amount is going to be 20. All right, and the original price is this, so we're trying to figure out the new price again. So since it's going to be a discount, it's going to be $3.80 minus the new price over the original $3.80, and that's going to be equal to the 20 times 100. Taking that from our percent of change equation again. So solving this is going to be 0.2 equals 380 minus x over 380. I'm going to multiply both sides by 380. So 0.2 times 3.8. This is 0.76 equals 3.80 minus x. So I'm going to subtract 380 from both sides. And so you get negative 3.04 equals negative x. So then x is going to be 3.04. So the discounted price of the toy is $3.04. Okay. that is the end of this section. So you may go through the extra problems at the end of this if you would like, or you may stop here.